Hi, welcome to our Redji Academy Kamarati. So, the previous class we have discussed about that transcription process we have completed. So, here we are already completed the topic is that DNA it is synthesized to mRNA, and mRNA it involves the synthesis process and it form a protein. So this is central dogma of molecular biology we are discussing, and the DNA it synthesized into mRNA. The template strand of DNA they are transcribed into mRNA. That process is called transcription. That process is called transcription, and mRNA it is synthesized into proteins. That process is called translation. So the previous class we have discussed about the DNA to mRNA, and now the today topic is that translation process. Translation process here, and the another name of translation process is that protein synthesis. Protein synthesis. The another name of translation process is that protein synthesis, and here. This is the process of polymerization of amino acids based according to the sequence of nucleotides on the mRNA to form a polypeptide chain. To form a polypeptide chain is called also translation process. Translation process. We know all that mRNA it carries the genetic information. So here this is the one process. The process of polymerization of amino acids according to the sequence of nucleotides in the mRNA to form a polypeptide chain is called also translation process. This is the definition of translation. The primary requirements of the translation process are primary requirements. Now we have to discussing about that. The primary requirements is that the first one is that ribosomes, and second one is that tRNA. Third requirement is mRNA, and fourth one is amino acid, and fifth one is enzymes, and sixth one ATP or GTP, and seventh one is activators. These are primary requirements. All these are involved in the process of translation. Now, so the first primary requirement is that ribosomes. The ribosomes is called the factories of proteins, and the first inventor, the scientist name is that Palade. Because of this ribosomes is called also Palade granules. Here the ribosomes are present in all prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So here the prokaryotic cells it present into a 70S, whereas in the eukaryotic cells it present into a 80S ribosomes. Here the ribosomes it made up of two types of the subunits, that is one is 50S and this is the 30S, whereas here also similarly here the 60S and 40S subunits, both are it associated with the two types of the subunit. So each subunit, so they held together in the presence of magnesium Mg2 plus. So when the concentration is Mg2 plus 0.001 moles. So here in this concentration, the two types of the subunits are activated and two subunits are held together. Right, this is the, and here the ribosomes are, they have contained that number of structural proteins and rRNAs. Here the 50S, it contains that 32 proteins, and 30S, it can contain that 21 proteins. And here the 70S ribosomes are present in a 23S rRNA and 16S rRNA and 5S rRNA is present in 70S ribosomes. Here in the eukaryotic ribosomes, this is also made of two subunits. One is that 60S and another one is the 40S. Here the 60S subunit, it can contain that 50 proteins, and here this is the 30 proteins. The small subunit contain that for 30 proteins, and the large subunit it contain that 50 proteins. Here this 80S ribosomes, it can contain that here, that is the 20S rRNA and 18S rRNA, 5S square rRNA and 5.8 rRNA. So these types of the RNAs are present onto that eukaryotic cells, and here the prokaryotic cell, here 50S and 30S. This is the 23S, 16S, 5S rRNAs are present in this place. And here the large size of the subunit, it contains that three sites. So for example, this is the single membrane bonded organelles. This is the large subunit, and this is the small subunit. This is the ribosomal structure, and the large subunit, it can contain the three sites. One is the E and P and A. E means exit site, P means peptidyl site, A means amino acyl site. Okay, this is the structure of ribosomes. These are the primary requirements of this process. And then the next one is that tRNA. tRNA means that is the transfer RNA. Second one is the tRNA. The another names of tRNA is that transfer RNA, adopter RNA, and soluble RNA. These are the three names. And the first time the tRNA, the invented scientist name is that Ole. The Ole scientist, the proposal that tRNA is that two-dimensional tRNA, that is the clover leaf model. Then after that, the scientist is the Krug. They have invented that three-dimensional model. That is the structure of inverted L shape, looking like this, like of the structure. We can present it to that inverted L this is the L shape, and these are the two types of the tRNAs are present. Now we have to discussing about that. Howlett proposed that tRNA. So this is the diagram of tRNA. This is the rough diagram of tRNA, and here this is the end of CCA, and this is the 3' CCA. Here it can present into the free form of OH is present, and here at this place, here this site is called amino acid binding site. Amino acid binding site. This is here at the place the hydroxyl group, it reacted with the amino group and attached with the CCA, and here the end the codons are it present into a CCA, and this is the one and here this and it is called tau pi C, and here at this place it can contain that pseudo-uridine, and this is the loop. This loop it recognizes the ribosomes. It recognizes the ribosomes, and this is the variable arm, and this is anticodon loop. This is the anticodon loop, and the anticodon loop it recognizes the sequence of mRNA, and it can made up of complementary strand to this mRNA. A complementary strand to mRNA, and they are made in a complementary strands. And here this is the 5', and here this loop it is called D loop. Dihydrouridine is present, and here this loop it recognizes the amino acyl synthetase enzyme. Amino acyl synthetase enzyme. This loop is recognized. This is the structure of amino acid, and here this is the binding site of amino acids, and this is the tau pi C loop or pseudo-uridine loop, and variable arm. This is anticodon loop. This is D loop, and here this loop it recognizes the ribosomes, and here this loop D loop recognize the amino acid synthetase enzymes. Right? This is the tRNA structure. And then now the next one is that mRNA. This is another requirement of in this process, that is mRNA. mRNA means that is the messenger RNA. Messenger RNA. So here means they carries the information, genetic information to DNA to RNA. And here this is the mRNA. In this mRNA, the template strand of DNA they transcribed into mRNA, that is called also mRNA. And here this is the structure of mRNA, the linear form of mRNA. So here in the all eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. Here the prokaryotic cells, the transcription process it carries inside of the cytoplasm, and eukaryotic cells in the nucleus. So here the prokaryotes, the transcription process in cytoplasm, it's synthesized in a cytoplasm, and here the mRNA is synthesized in eukaryotes in the nucleus. When in the nucleus it transcribed DNA template strand to mRNA, then here in the eukaryotes the mRNA it can released with the help of nuclear pores, and it transferred to a cytoplasm. Okay, and here this is the mRNA structure, and the before of this is the 5' and 3' and This mRNA, it carries the genetic information in nucleotide sequence. That sequence is called codons. And here, before of this mRNA, the 5' hand, it attached with the capping and tailing process or it carried. So here this is the tailing, and here the mRNA, it can contain that the another sequences are present before of end of this 5'. These regions is called UTR, untranslated sequences. Okay, UTR, and here this is also UTR, and here these capping process is used for that. Here the initiation, when the initiation process is carried out, that time here all the initiation complexes are attached at this place. It is a very useful. And here the tailing process is used for that. Here the stabilization of the mRNA. The mRNA here it starts with the AUG. This is the AUG is called also start codon. This is the start codon, and here the mRNA, it can contain number of so here all these codons and this type of the codons are present. So this is the structure of mRNA, and here it carries the genetic information in the form of nucleotide sequences. Okay, so this is the mRNA. And here the next one is that amino acids. The next one is that amino acid. Here the amino acid, the molecular formula is CH and COOH and NH2. Okay, this is the molecular formula of amino acids. Here the R means this is the alkyl group. NH2 means here this is the amino group. The COOH means carboxyl group are present. Here in the cytoplasm there are 20 types of amino acids are present. Mainly the 20 types of amino acids are present. So now we have to discussing about that 20 types of amino acid. Okay, these are the 20 types of amino acid. So 20 types of amino acids. The one is the valine, isoleucine, proline, glycine, alanine, leucine, phenylalanine, tryptophan, tyrosine, histidine, arginine, lysine, glutamate, aspartate, cytine, threonine, methionine, glutamine, asparagine and serine. These are 20 types of the amino acids are present in a cytoplasm. So all these type of the amino acids are present into a cytoplasm. And now the enzymes mainly in this translation process there are three types of the enzymes are involved. Amino acyl synthetase, this is one enzyme, and second one is the peptidyl transferase, and third one is the translocase. These are three types of the enzymes are involved in the translation process. And the final part is that activators, and here in the process here various types of activators are involved. Protein activators are involved. That is the first one is that initiation factors, that is IF1, IF2, IF3. These three are, it is called also initiation factors. And Second one is that elongation factor T and elongation factor G is involved. Elongation factor T, elongation factor G, this is also another one. And the third one is that releasing factors RF1, RF2 and RF3. These type of the factors are involved in this translation process, and all the process it required for the energy. So it required for the energy in the form of ATP or GTP. ATP or GTP. So here when the ATP is hydrolyzed and it forming ADP plus pyrophosphates, here the GTP hydrolyzed and it forming a GDP plus pyrophosphates. So these also primary requirements of translation process. One is that tRNAs, mRNAs, ribosomes and amino acids, enzymes and energy activators. These are the 7 types of requirements are involved in the process. Now we have to discussing about the process of translation process.